Hey guys, Wingo here, and today before I start the review, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that it helps the algorithm out and I can get more equipment reviews for you guys put out. But anyways, today we're going to be doing a review on the Venum MMA Challenger 3.0 sparring glove. I was interested in these because of how thick the padding is over them. And I wanted to know how soft it was, if these are actually good for sparring. And they're actually decent for sparring. They're pretty decent gloves. I was surprised. They were only 50 bucks, so they're not really that expensive. But they perform very well for an MMA sparring glove. Extremely well, because how thick that padding is. You get damn near 2 inches of foam over the knuckles, and it's a very soft foam. And it's a kind of surprising to hear that, because it's an injected mold foam, and I've had boxing gloves when I was in the past, like way back before, that were injected mold foam gloves, and they were pretty stiff and hard, and you had to break them in on the bag before you could spar with them. But these are actually very, very soft and bouncy. Like, you can you don't get to a point. They're not so soft that your knuckle pops through either. They're really puffy. So calling them puffy gloves, like I've heard these type of gloves called before, it really does fit what they are. You have protection over the thumb. The Velcro system for the wrist, it gives you really good wrist support as well, because it has a cinch down system where the Velcro goes through this hole right here and then pulls it back in tight. Wraps around, goes over once, and then goes around twice to give really good wrist support for an MMA sparring glove. You don't really wrap your hands in these. You don't need to. I don't think you have the space for it, but you might have the space for a light wrap. Stitching on it, it looks alright. I mean, it's not the best stitching in the world, but for a $50 sparring glove, you really can't beat it. The stitching is definitely functional for what it is. These are definitely some great MMA sparring gloves. You can grapple, or you can get whatever grips you want. I can S grip, I can over the top of the back of my palm to palm grip. I can go palm to palm. I can gable grip, S grip, gable grip, all the good stuff. Whatever I need to do, tie clinch. I can get underhooks, but of course with them, as with any MMA glove, you're not just going to be able to like when you're in regular wrestling, you can just straighten out your fingers and shoot that in between and force your fingers in for the underhook to get under the armpit, because you've got the glove on and the glove always gets in the way. But if you know what you're doing, you can have an underhook here, use wrist control here, force the arm out to get the opening for the underhook and shoot it up under, like you should for MMA when you have the gloves on, because the gloves, like I said, would get in the way, you know. But you can grapple very well with these, and it definitely simulates what it would be like to have an MMA glove, or like fighting in a competition MMA glove. It's going to be a little bit more difficult because the extra padding over the knuckles, but if you can do it in these in training, it's going to be way easier when you're fighting. So you might actually appreciate the fact that you get that opportunity. I like the fact that it has a natural bend over the knuckles too, which is a very important feature of an MMA glove that the UFC doesn't even do, which is why a lot of people end up getting poked in the eyes. But I'm not going to be out here, even when my hands are open, with my hands like this, reaching and poking my opponent in the eye, because it makes me want to keep my hand here, so I'll prop my jab out there, because it's going to naturally have that bend in the fist to make it be that way. Overall, I think these gloves are awesome, like for an MMA training glove. And I'm going to show you, like here's a view of my older MMA training glove that I had, but I could never really use these for sparring very hard, because if you notice, look at the padding on the knuckle there. These were great gloves, by the way, training gloves, but you just can't really spar in these things too hard, because that padding is really dense and there's not much of it. It's like getting hit with a brick almost, and trying to hit your sparring partners. You're not going to have training partners very long if you're hitting them in training with bricks. It just ain't going to work out too well for them. And that's not going to be good for you, because nobody's going to want to train with the guy that has bricks on his hands. You walk over there trying to spar with people, they're going to be like, nah, man, I don't think so. I don't blame them either. You're just, like, it's not supposed to be like a fight. And when you're training, you're supposed to be there, like, getting better. And the only way you're going to get better is by being able to go intense without injuring and hurting each other. So these gloves, like, if you see these type of MMA sparring gloves, they're not the only company that makes them like this. Combat Corner has some great ones. There's a couple other companies. What is it? Combat Sports make. I think Combat Sports might have been the original one, but I'm not 100% certain on that. So don't quote me that made them in this style with that IMF really thick foam and the curve of the finger and that loop to wrist support design. But overall, man, these gloves are awesome. Like, really, you really can't beat them. They do feel good when you use them on the heavy bag, although these type of gloves I don't think I would want to use as a bag glove very often at all, because they're not made for that. They're gonna fall apart. But for a $50 glove, like, for what they do as a sparring glove and partner training glove, they're amazing. They'll last a while if you take care of them, of course, but they're not going to last like a winning or a flyer or 1v1 boxing glove is if you use it on the back. These things will probably fall apart because they're injected molded foam, and it's a synthetic leather on top of it. The stitching is not the greatest. It's good, but if all you use these for is sparring and partner training, they're probably going to last you a while, so long as you take care of them. Overall, I'm very happy with this purchase. I'm glad I made it and bit the bullet on these, because they're a great training glove, guys. Like, I would recommend you get these or the Combat Corner ones, or any type of MMA sparring glove in this type of vein that are the same design as this one. Because there's a lot that are very similar to this that are basically almost the same design. But they just, when it comes to MMA sparring gloves, I haven't found anything better than this. I do want to try the Asami soon, because they have a pad that goes under there for hammer fist, and I will be getting those. It's just going to take me a little bit of time, guys. But as soon as I get them, I will be showing you guys an unboxing and then reviewing them. Thank you for your time. Again, please like, subscribe, and share to help my content grow and my viewership grow. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless and have a good time.